Hi everyone, this is KTRU Radio. I'm Rachel here with Grazy Grace.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. This is Grazy Grace.
Can you talk to us like where you got the name Grazy Grace, kind of like that backstory?
Well, as I was growing up, my friends called me Grazy, Wazy, just for fun. And then I just really like the word Grazy because I put it as more like graceful and crazy at the same time. So I just kind of put those two together because my name is Grace. So yeah, so I just kind of named myself Grazy Grace.
How did you get into music? Like growing up, or was this kind of like something that there was something that attracted you to it?
I don't know. Ever since I was young, I was really interested in just the whole entertainment system. So I grew up just not really appreciating my Korean culture because I was in America growing up, and I think I was bullied for being Asian. But then as I discovered K-pop, I was really proud of my own country, and I really want to represent that in just globally. So I really wanted to become a musical artist, especially representing Korea. So it happened since I was very young.
So you've done the whole like notorious K-pop trainee uh, program, and then you ended up going on Unpretty Rap Star as a solo artist. Could
hmm
you talk about like how being a K-pop trainee plus your background and like other skills with like music that you think helped you with the program Unpretty Rap Star?
yeah. So I think definitely a Pretty Rapster is about being confident, the hip hop scene. And I think just growing up in also America, learning that culture as well really helped me a lot. And especially, we use a lot of English when it comes to K hip hop. So definitely understanding all of the aspects of music and globally really helped me a lot. Especially with my style that I did in the show, my previous company, and I planned out like how I wanted to be portrayed, and just having no boundaries, not having that really like flower girl group image kind of, I think, helped me to really blossom and for people to know who I really am today.
So I'm gonna read your bio on Spotify that went live as of the 29th of June.
Mhm.
So Grazy Grace is a singer-songwriter who first debuted in South Korea. She participated in a major hit show, Unpretty Rap Star, with over 450K subscribers combined on her YouTube channel. Her previous Korean singles include I'm Fine, Zombie High, Trick or Treat. Her songs have a unique rap singing style that entices the audience. She is prepared to break through the global music industry through her unique style with a hint of K-pop. And excuse the technical glitches, I'm
It's
still
okay.
here. So, tell me about your previous singles, like that what's the word? That
Pre-debut.
were like predate
Yeah.
like predated your current style.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was a little different because in the past singles I did work with a Korean company, just like how a lot of artists in Korea go through. And a lot of it I didn't really have creative control over, which is kind of normal. So the first single, it was really all done by the staff. And then after that, my other single, Trick or Treat, Zombie High, because I released a song called Because of You, but and then, so all of that, I did have a creative input into it. So definitely, I think I was able to mold myself to become an artist that I want to be today. And I think having that creative input and writing your own songs is something very important for me. So especially the single that is out now, Planet, it's something that I had 100% creative control over. So um, yeah.
Give me a second. The camera's deciding to act up. Jesus. Why do you do this in the middle of a nice interview? Okay, while we wait for this to um, not be a but, uh, hold on. we're gonna take a break on the interview for now, just kind of like how you're doing. I promise you that this isn't normal. It's one of those things where it's like when you have something important that you're looking forward
Uh,
to, and then everything acts up.
it's probably me. It always happens.
Your magical powers.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'd like to also like explore kind of like the way you go about music. Well, not music, but like the persona as an artist is like more magical. Cause like I think on your profile, are you a fairy or elf or?
um, what do you
Okay, so it's
mean?
like on your profile on
Oh, the
Spotify, like the
uh,
picture.
um, it was a transformation that I did of a fairy and an elf together called LV,
Ooh,
and uh, just every aspect that I want to be. I just like to mix it all up and just make it into myself.
okay, I think we're back. Okay, cool. Sorry. So let's explore the fact that you have like two main channels. Um,
Mhm.
the first, can you talk about them a little bit?
Yeah, so the main channel is something that I've started about only 2 years ago, now running 2 years, and it's really about beauty, Korean entertainment, K-pop, and just all the entertainment aspect of it. And my second channel is definitely about crime, paranormal, unsolved cases. I'm personally really, really into that kind of mysterious talk because I think the universe is so mysterious. So I really like to explore that, and a lot of people are interested. So I could kind of continue doing exploring different aspects of myself.
Definitely demonstrates you being like a multifaceted artist. Very
Mm.
like there's more to you than just music. There's like you're definitely being a lot more vulnerable, or at least well not vulnerable, but like more open. And I think fans definitely appreciate that.
Mm.
Let's see. Did you ever worry about when you talk about the Korean music industry that you would be blacklisted for talking about like quote unquote open secrets?
No, because I think a lot of people already know about it, and it's something that was already out there, and it's not like I know any names or anything darker. I think that's more like very surface level things. But I think soon after the video, Burning Sun scandal kind of stuff happened, so everybody knows about it.
All right. Okay. Hold on. I think on one of your videos you mentioned you are really into astrology.
I'm not really like an expert astrology. I do believe in it, but I did make some videos about it.
So, what's your sign and what can you tell us about that?
I'm a Gemini. I don't really know like my sun and moon sign or anything, but I do believe that I don't know much about the Western astrology. I know the Asian astrology, which I am a monkey sign, and it means you're you like to do different creative things. And I've been to like a Korean zodiac fortune teller. I have a video about it where they tell me about my personality and what I should be doing and who I should be meeting as a man per se. So those kind of things are interesting, and I do think they're pretty accurate.
Talk to us about your profile pic on your Spotify page and kind of like how that came about.
Yeah, so I did a transformation. Honestly, I really like to do whatever I want to do. So I did mix like a fairy creature and an elf creature together. And I thought I would create something very fantasy, but very hip, modern, very colorful. So I did get like a wig and all these accessories. And it's just kind of like a fantasy version of Grazy Grace.
You have a single out now called Planet. Talk to us about how the song came about and the music video and just like the whole creative process since this is pretty much like yours. You get to have like full control.
Mhm. Yeah, honestly, it wasn't something that I was gonna release or make a video about it at all. It's something that I worked on with my friend, a music producer. I honestly did not know that he passed away when I actually contacted him, and I wanted to just kind of release it as an online digital single. And I realized that he passed away, and I thought it would be like an honor to just release this beautiful song we worked on together. So while I was in Sweden doing a show, I contacted people that I know that does music videos. So we filmed it in like a beautiful Sweden background. And the song is really just about having 100% creative control over your own life, not letting it be controlled by anyone. And it's your own planet, it's your own world. So never ever fall into someone else's ideology about you.
I gave this listen. Sorry, I gave this song a listen a few minutes before we
Yeah.
started the interview, just because it's like, oh, it released. I thought it was gonna release at like 5, and thankfully it released earlier. But so it's definitely a more it's one of those powerful songs, like very strong. What can we expect from you in the future in terms of like creative genre, music direction?
Yeah, I am actually planning a big budget debut in the USA, or I should say globally, but more of an English song. So I'm working that with actually a big team. But unfortunately, due to COVID-19, it got pushed back, but we're back at working on it. I love the song, and I have a really great team that we're going to be working with. So I think people could definitely look forward to that.
Your persona that you present, whether it's your like YouTube channel or just kind of like your style, I would describe it as kind of like this like badass, magical, elegant, whimsical
Mm-hmm.
um figure. Do you think that's kind of like accurate of how you are in real life?
I think definitely, I'm a shy person in real life. I'm definitely a little bit different on YouTube because I just love that entertainment side. But I think that is definitely the soul of me, I like to call it. Just, the real deep down myself that I really like to portray. But everybody has their own like flaws, and they might be different when you're talking to just a friend. So that's definitely that magical side inside of myself.
Is there anything you'd like to tell our, oh, actually, hold on. Wait a second. Can you drop your socials, whether it's like where listeners can follow you?
Mm-hmm. So yes, I'm mostly on Instagram. So you guys can follow me on Instagram.com/GEBABYK, and YouTube Grazy Grace and Grazy TV, where I have my awesome videos. So you guys could check that out. And also Spotify and all streaming platforms, Planet is there.
Any last words to our listeners before we move on to the second part of the interview?
Yes, I just hope that everybody could be inspired. Honestly, the main goal of the song is to have everybody just be confident and just explore their real sides, their magical side. So that's something that I really want a lot of people to be inspired by when listening to the songs.
Alrighty, this is the conclusion of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. We are now doing the part 2 of the Grazy Grace interview, open-ended. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm not ready, apparently. Okay, so describe your music making process as a recipe.
Okay, definitely. Ooh, I've never heard of recipe lists. Okay. Hmm. Well, when I'm writing a song, I really like to write about something a little bit different. And I always like to write about the inner self for some reason. I know a lot of people like to write about love and things like that. But the inner self is something that I've always been dealing with ever since I was young. So I think that is something that I really like to write about and tell other people. So my own experiences. I don't know. What do you mean recipe? I'm kind of getting lost.
That's why it's open-ended.
Oh, okay. Um, and definitely, I honestly don't really, even when I'm cooking in real life, I don't have a recipe. I just put whatever. So honestly, I think that's kind of like what I do with the songs. I just like to start with really, really open, really no boundaries, and I just add things on that is really myself and what people would relate to. And I definitely have to always put now fantasy things to anything that I do because that's just so me. So anything fantasy, whether that's visual, lyrics, that has to be inside whatever I'm doing.
Describe the single in one word, but you're not allowed to use planet
Okay. Um,
or any of the lyrics in planet.
hmm. Um, ooh, that itself. Hmm. I think honestly, I would use the word self discovery because that's something that was what inspired the music. Especially in the music video, I have a quote that's, I display in the video that says, we should not be listening to other people's perceptions of myself. So self discovery of who you really are on the inside and being comfortable with that and letting people know, hey, don't mess with me is really the message of the song.
If you were a muffin, what muffin, real or imaginary, best represents you?
Muffin, like muffin flavors?
Yes.
Okay, huh. I don't really
Real or
like
imaginary?
real or what do you mean imaginary muffin? Like,
Like you can make one up.
mm, okay. Well, I don't really like sweet muffins, so I'm gonna go with matcha muffin.
Ooh.
I really love green tea matcha. It's not too sweet. I think it's like one of those, I wouldn't say exotic flavors, but it's something that really heals you because matcha is really good for you, antioxidants. Yeah.
What's your personality as a genre of music?
Definitely pop because I think pop is something that relates to everybody. It's very global and you could talk about pretty much anything in pop. It's easy to listen to, not too complicated, dark, light, whatever it might be.
What's your go-to cafe drink?
Oh, it used to be vanilla latte, but I don't really drink coffee anymore, so I would say something with tea, maybe green tea.
During COVID-19, what is the strangest headline that you've seen?
Strangest headline. Related to coronavirus, or it doesn't have to be?
It doesn't have to be.
Well, there was a recent article that went viral on media, which was that there's 36 civilizations of intelligent species that scientists now have proven or believe in, or whatever the article was. So there's actually the world is kind of accepting that there's other species out there, which is cool.
Dang, that's a lot cooler than mine. Mine is the one where a bunch of goats escaped and they had to there was like 200 that got released into suburbia, and so they had to spend all day corralling them back into the like their little enclosure.
Oh, that's cute.
During quarantine, did you choose? Like, sorry. During quarantine, did you create a TikTok or did you have one before quarantine?
I definitely created it during quarantine because it definitely got bored and everybody was doing it. So I was like, let me start.
During quarantine, did you bake bread?
No, I don't like bread.
Let's see. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
If you can make one unimportant thing free, what would it be?
Oh, can you repeat that?
If you can make one unimportant thing free, what would it be?
One unimportant thing free?
Mhm.
Uh, oh, huh. Unimportant thing free. I don't know if I understood the question right, but I would say, I don't know, TV, news.
It's more like, open-ended. It's like how you interpret unimportant.
Okay.
Let's see. What is your most recent memorable dream?
Recent memorable. Wow. I have some weird dreams, but yeah, it was a dream where I was flying with a friend and she actually had a similar dream. I think she had a dream that really related to the dream I had. And we were both flying and I saw like these weird white beautiful dragon like things flying in the air, and I had this like very euphoric sensation come to me every time I was flying. So I thought that was really cool, seeing creative dragons in your dream.
Toilet paper orientation, over or under? Or it's on the take still.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, all right, okay, let me rephrase that. Toilet paper orientation, over, under, or it's not even on the roller.
Wow, I don't know what that means.
Okay, so it's like when you have like the toilet, okay, so like let's say this is a toilet paper like dispenser, and then you
uh,
have the wall. Over would be this way, under
mhm.
would be this way, and then if it's not on the dispenser, it doesn't matter.
Oh, honestly, it's different for me every time. I don't even keep track. I just put it in there. If it's over, okay. If it's under, whatever.
At least you put it on the dispenser. There are times where I'm just like, it's just gonna stay on the tank. I'm too lazy. I don't want
I'm
to
easy
throw away
too.
the roll. Again, do you have any like last comments for our listeners before we close out the interview?
Um, yeah, I mean, definitely what I strive to be is letting people relate to me and that you're not alone whenever I'm doing my YouTube videos, my music. So I really hope that people could just listen to me and just enjoy, not have any thoughts and not have any boundaries whenever they're thinking creatively. So that is something that I really want to relate to you guys.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Grazy Grace. This has been KTRU Radio signing off.